Good afternoon. I'm Ziggy, and this is Ziggy's Rants. Before we rant, the usual bit of housekeeping. Can you, if you would please, thumbs up if you like, and subscribe and share. It really helps with the reach of the channel if you can do all three or just any of the three. Thank you very much. Now then, on to the rant. This is something I've been thinking about over the last couple of days, actually, is about the interaction of politicians with the general public. Now, by no stretch of the imagination can you call me part of the media. I'm not. I'm just part of the general public. I run Twitter Spaces ever so often, used to do them weekly, and I've started doing this channel. Now, for a long time now, when I do a Twitter space, for a long time, my whole plan was I wanted to get politicians onto the spaces and start speaking to the general public. And I contacted a lot in Scotland, a lot of politicians from all parties. Now, and it was a struggle. It was a real struggle to get them to come on. Now, eventually, manage with the help of someone who I won't mention, I managed to get some interest to come onto the space. We got the likes of Liz Smith was the first one to come on, and then we got Murdo Fraser, and then we got quite a few others from the Conservative Party. We got some from Labour Party coming on. The only party we didn't ever get, and I did ask because I wanted a bit of fairness, I wanted a bit of opposition. I asked SNP politicians, and not one would come on. I either got no, not a chance, or completely ignored. Now, we did get a nationalist MP to come on, Neil Hanvey, and he was excellent, actually. I'll give him all the credit. He came onto the space. He knew it was a space that would mostly have UK supporters on it, and he still came on. There was independent supporters in it. We do we do get quite a few coming in to the spaces. Now, he came on and he spent a night with us. He's been in a couple of spaces since, and he was willing to speak to us. Now, I don't agree with Neil's political view. I disagree completely with independence, but there is certain issues like women's rights we do agree on. And it was great to have somebody with different views on the way forward for Scotland to come on and speak. And why don't more do it? Why do politicians not want to speak to the general public? On my YouTube channel, I've had Murdo Fraser, and he's coming on tomorrow. I've had Liz Smith is going to be doing one in the next couple of week or so. We have I've done one with a few others. I've done one with Douglas Lumsden. Forgot the name for a minute there. Do apologise, Douglas, but we did one the other day with Douglas Lumsden. And to be quite honest with you, the Conservative Party are the most engaging that I've seen in Scotland. They are willing to come and speak to us. Not all, but a lot of them that I've asked. Thomas Kerr, Councillor Thomas Kerr in Glasgow, he's going to be coming on, and I've interviewed him before. So if they're willing to come on and speak to us, why aren't others? Don't get a lot of Labour. I do get some. I've interviewed some from Labour, but even so, they don't seem as willing to come on and speak to us. But they should do. They should engage, don't you think? They should engage with the general public? Isn't it a great way of speaking to people and getting their views? The feedback I get, especially when I do a space, is it's great to be live in a space where you've got maybe 100, maybe 200, sometimes more people listening in and coming up to speak and ask questions. And it was brilliant. They said it was great to actually engage and talk to people and find out how they are feeling. Isn't that what politics is about? Have we lost that connection with politicians? I think there's a massive divide between people, the general public, and politicians now. And I think it's such a shame. And if they spoke to us more, if they came on more political shows and spoke to the general public, I think we'd get that connection back, and they wouldn't be living in a bubble, especially nationalists, especially the SNP. If they came on and spoke to us, came into, say, a Twitter space, spoke to us, answered questions like Neil Hanvey did, they would get and start to understand the feeling within Scotland of how, what's going on. And that would be a good thing for them to take away. But I'm not hopeful. I'll keep asking them. I'll keep asking nationalist politicians, UK politicians. I'll keep asking them for interviews. I'll keep asking if they'll come on spaces, if they'll come on here. And not just talking about myself, but other shows that are out there. If they came in and started doing interviews and started listening to the feedback, I think we could start repairing the damage that's done, and we could start they maybe I'm being naive here, but maybe they'll start listening and start doing something about it. That more hope. It's not naivety, it's more hope than anything else, because something has to change. They have to start listening. They have to, because I think people are getting more and more upset, more angry with politicians, and I think the feeling is building. I think we'll see that in the general election. I think it'll be a small turnout, but I think it'll be quite a nasty campaign for this general election. I really do, especially in Scotland. So that's my moan, my rant for today. I'm interviewing Dean Thompson later. As I've said before, I'm interviewing Dean about the ferries and about the bank. That's not a bank. So that should be quite interesting. So I'll be recording that about this evening, and I'll pop it on here and onto my X account and Facebook account. So thanks for listening, and have a nice evening, and we'll speak again soon. Take care.